Hello Olives, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here, and in today's video I'm going to be doing episode 5 of my inventory transformation. So I'm going to give you guys a brief inventory tour for the beginning of this video. So we have 2 legendaries, a ride ox, 4 zeopods, and some cute pets, and the profile. Okay, so I traded this person and I asked them if I could offer for their garden snake. So I added in and they said sure. So I added in my offer, which was a mouse. It was just a random pet which was the first thing that I saw. So I added in this mouse and I asked them if this was okay or if they wanted something different from my inventory. And they told me yes, and so I thought that meant that they actually wanted the mouse. But then they said different. And I was like, okay, sure, I can swap it. And so I go and I swap it and I change it to this. I change it to this donkey and I accept, and because they said okay, and I thought that meant yes. And then they said, thanks, let's do it, please wait, I'm thinking about it, no thanks, and then they just declined. So then this person traded me and we said hi, and I was going to ask them if there was anything in my profile that they wanted to offer for, or yeah, and then they just declined. So then this person traded me and I said hi, and they weren't saying anything, and so I asked them if they wanted anything in my profile for it, because I was saying I was trade me if you had any offers for the pets in my profile. So I was just looking through my inventory and I already have a Gloomy Dolphin, so I'm not sure what I was going to trade for it. And they weren't saying anything, so I did end up just declining because I didn't know what to do. So then I traded this person and I said hi, and I asked them if I could offer for their kaiju. So I'm looking through my profile of things that I could offer. So I added in this Snorgle and this mouse, and I asked them if this was good enough for the Kai Jr. And I told them that I had switches for both because I could switch the Snorgle and the mouse for anything different in my profile that was fair. Then they asked me if I was still looking for the snakes. And I told them yes, because those were the exact snakes that I needed. So I added in another mouse and I asked them if this was good, and then they said that they had 2 of the snakes. So I took out the mice, added in this Bakeneko, and added in this ant. And I said, can I have 2 of them for this? Which meant both of the snakes. And then they said yes, but do you have a more fully grown Snorgle? And I told them no, I'm sorry, because this was the only Snorgle that I had. Then they were looking at my profile again, and this girl over here has the same name as me. Olivia is such a slay name. So then they asked me if I could add the eggy, and I wasn't sure what they were talking about because I didn't have a dotted eggy, like a striped eggy, a floral eggy, or anything like that. And I told them that I only had this because maybe they were talking about my pet egg, and they said you can take out the ant, and I said that I wasn't sure, and I asked them if I could take out Bakeneko, and they said sure, I guess. So that meant a yes, which I was really happy about. So I took out the ant, and we were gonna accept the trade, and then they asked me if I could switch the Snorgle for the camel. And I was like, oh, okay, because I thought you were looking for a Snorgle. But yeah, sure, I can put the camel instead. Because I guess they had all of the Snorgles that they needed to make their neon, because I saw that they were making a neon. And then they just needed fully aged ones. So then we did this trade, and this was plus 1 pet in my inventory. Alrighty, so then I got this trade request, and I was seeing if anybody would trade 15 water bottles for any pet. So I started adding in the water bottles because I thought they were going to do it for this ride ladybug. Then they took out the ladybug, and it looked like they were adding. Then they added in these skates, and I told them that I was only looking for pets. Sorry, but the roller skates are really cute. I really like them. So shortly after I got this trade, and I said hi, and I told them I was trading 18 water bottles for any pet. So I started adding in the water bottles, and I thought they were gonna do this for the toxic Kai Jr. And then eventually, for some reason, it looked like they were adding, and then they added in this water, took out the Kai Jr. and just started adding in waters. Then I traded this person, put my message, and then sadly they had declined. Then I got this trade, and I traded this person, and I told them, sorry to bother, but do you have any random pets for some water bottles? I'm trying to grow my inventory. And it looks like they were trading this red pup tune. Then they took out that pup tune, and I just started adding in the waters, and then they added in this no potion pup tune. And I was really excited because this was a really big win. They accepted, I accepted, and this pup tune is actually full grown, which I'm really happy about because that definitely boosts that value. And I was waiting for a little while, seeing if they would accept, because I didn't want them to be like, why is she accepting so fast? Is this a lose for me? And I accepted, and hopefully they accept, because this will be a really good trade for us, and it will definitely help our inventory a lot. So after a little bit of a while of waiting, I was about to decline because they were most likely just trolling, and then they finally accepted. So this was another really short trade. I traded this person and asked them to offer for their beluga whale. I added in my offer, and then they didn't even say anything. They just declined. So then I traded this person, and I told them that I'm trading some water bottles for any pet if they had an offer. This was another really quick trade because they told me no sorry. So then I traded this person, and they had some really cute pets, and I told them, hi, I'm trading 15 water bottles for any pet and if they had anything. And I was actually really starting to lose hope because people were not offering me anything for these water bottles. And then they added in a legendary golden tortoise beetle. And I was like, if it was something bad, I'm just going to add in a couple. And I was like, OMG, are you sure? And so I added in all the water bottles that I had. And they said yeah, which was really exciting. So I accepted, they accepted, and this trade, hopefully they go through with it. But this is a really big win, even though this legendary has like no value. And yay, we got this. So in this next trade, I traded this person, and I told them, and I asked them, is one of your Shiver Wolves for trade? And I know I had just gotten this, but I think it's a pretty good trade because this legendary has like no values, especially since it was in game for so long and you could get so many of them, and there's so many in the game. So I added in the golden tortoise beetle, and I asked them if this was good for the Shiver Wolf, and they said that they would do it. So yeah, sure. And then I accepted, they accepted. And for some reason on some trades, they don't give you as long to like make sure. But yay, we got that trade. So in this next trade, I traded this person because on their trading stand, it had a grave owl. And I really like the grave owls. So I started adding in some of the random pets that I had in my inventory. And this was, again, a pretty quick trade because I started adding in like just some random pets. I took them out and then added some back in. And then I asked them if this was good enough for the grave owl, and they were taking a long time to respond. So then they just said no thank you. So then in this trade, I traded this person again because it was the same person from before, and I traded them and asked to offer for their officer Gibbon. And so I added in the full-grown pup tune and a regular Gibbon, and they accepted, I accepted, and I wish all trades could go this easy. And then, yay, the trade was successful. Then in this trade, I traded this person again. Well, not again. It wasn't the same person as before. But I told them, sorry to bother, but do you have any cute pets for anything in my profile? And they asked to offer for my Shiver Wolf, but it wasn't really that great. And I really thought that they'd have a great offer since they did have a lot of mega exotics and like really cute megas in their profile and a lot of really cute good petware. But they started adding in just some random old pets, and they weren't really like, there wasn't a lot. And I just asked them to switch the blue jay and the egg, and maybe they'd have like something better. Then they just did this random Shetland pony, and I told them sorry, I don't know. So then I checked out their profile again, waiting for them to add something or just decline. They actually had a neon parrot, and they added in this pet. I'm not sure how to pronounce, but they declined. Then in a little while after, I traded this person and told them I'm trading 15 water bottles for any pet, and if they had any offer, I told them it's okay if not. And this was another really quick trade because they said naturally, sorry, no. So then I traded this person, and I know I'm giving a lot of other people trade requests, but it's because I'm not getting any trade requests at all. And it's probably because I don't have any good pets right now. Like, all my pets are really bad, but it's okay, it's okay. And I'm really glad we got to make that neon Ratatosker because it was really cute. And I thought this person was going to give us that Velociraptor for the water bottles, and then they took it out and said no, sorry, then declined. But now we're going to make this neon Ratatosker, and I know in the last clip I actually gave a little hint that I said I was glad that we're making the the neon Ratatosker soon. And yes, finally we have made this after 5 days of grinding. So it actually didn't even take that long, and I definitely think that this guy should be named Mango because he is definitely mango colors, and I just love him so much. He's so cute, and I'm really excited to start aging him up and trading him. Okay, Olives, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!